Wife had COVID.
Here we are. We're live, guys. We are back and up. I'll check it out here on another deal. Hey, everyone. Johnny Hahn, Bo Dunn, Justin here. Back for college football. How's it going, guys?
Hey man, it's going good. Back to be good to be back here with y'all, man. Ready to get us some football. What's up?
Going good, man. Just ready to make some money, enjoy some football.
Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. We've been trying all week to get things up and going, and we found out it was the other program we were using. We went to this program, and now we are here. We're going to talk about week one. Last week they called it week 0. This will be officially week 1, Labor Day weekend, starting off Thursday through all the way until Monday. Monday you got the Clemson Georgia Tech game. Labor Day. Sunday night big game there. We got FSU and LSU. Is it?
Yeah, LSU and Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're going to start off with Thursday. I'll just go real quick. Louisiana Tech, Missouri. I've got a video on that on my main channel. So if you guys just want to check that out, a lot of information in that game too. Missouri's laying 19.5 points, 59.5 point total. So let's get into the big games here. West Virginia and Pitt. West Virginia was 6-7 last year. Pitt was 11-3. Spread is Pitt minus 7.5. Total set at 51.5. West Virginia. Wrong notes. West Virginia is bringing over transfer from Georgia, JT Daniels. You remember him, Justin? JT Daniels?
He's been USC, Georgia, and now West Virginia. Maybe next year it'll be Florida State.
There you go. West Virginia is bringing him in. He's a junior. I think he's probably, 25 years old by now?
No, he's up there.
At least.
And Pitt, Kenny Pickett was a Heisman candidate. He's gone on, and now he's actually stayed in Pitt and plays for the Steelers. And you got Slovis, the transfer from USC, is coming on board. Pitt's a 7.5 point favorite. Total is 51.5. Pitt's returned at 14 of his 22 starters. Which way you see this game going, guys? Anybody got a feel on this game?
I'm going with Pitt. One of 3 reasons. One, Pitt's defense is really good. It's going to be hard to replace Kenny Pickett, but I think the defense is going to show up for Pitt. It's at home on a Thursday night game. On Thursday night games, if it was on the road, it would be a different story. But I'm taking Pitt probably to win by 10 to 14 points, somewhere in that range. JT Daniels, he has not impressed me. He didn't impress me at USC. He started a few games in 2020, the COVID year, and beat Cincinnati in the I guess it was the Chick-fil-A Bowl with the last-second field goal. But, it was Cincinnati. Yes, they have a good defense. He just never really impressed me. He played against Clemson last year in the opener. Georgia won that game 10-3, and they had a pick 6 to score their only touchdown. And I know Clemson's got a good defense, but the next week North Carolina State played Clemson, and the quarterback threw for 350 yards. So I'm going to say JT Daniels will not do that well, and I'm taking Pitt by 10 to 14, somewhere in that range. So go Pitt.
All right. Good call there. Chris Morrow's here. How's it going, Chris? It's been a while. It's been a while for all of us. Joseph's here too. Justin's actually not a new guy. He just is not a baseball guy. Joseph's been around in the comments for a while, but yeah, Justin was here for college basketball and for college football and Super Bowl. So he's just not a baseball guy, and he knows his stuff. So keep an eye on Justin. What about you, Bo? I'm right there with Justin here in this game. A lot of spots are the line's moving up to even 8. So it's going to take at least 8 or better on the spread here. You laying it or taking it or laying away, staying away from this game?
Well, I might show my age here a little bit, but back in the days, man, this used to be a rivalry game. They used to play in the same conference. It's called a backyard brawl.
Yep.
So I think it's going to be close, man. And we know in football, winning margins are key and key numbers are key. So 3 and 7. We know those are the two numbers that most of your game land on. So if I get an extra half a point with that 7 or 8, I'm gonna take them points, man. You know, it's the first game of the season. You know, they got to get a lot of stuff worked out. Both got new quarterbacks. They're gonna have to learn the schemes, and I think defense is gonna pretty much rule the day. So both teams got great defensive fronts. Think both teams gonna have trouble with those defensive lines. And like I said, man, with two fresh quarterbacks, they got to learn the system. I'm think gonna be a low scoring game. I think gonna be tight. I think points gonna come at a premium. So I'll take all them points, man. I'm gonna take the 7.5 or that 8 with West Virginia.
All right, there you go. So little different ideas there. Even teasers work in college football. Maybe you can tease either side. Maybe get 14 with West Virginia, or take Pitt all the way down to 1 or 2 points. Pringle's here. How's it going, Pringle? Yeah, it is the backyard brawl. It's only 67 miles away from Pittsburgh to Morgantown, West Virginia. So definitely the backyard brawl. And it used to be a big rivalry. We'll see if they can renew it here this week. Let's move on to the next game. I think the bigger game of the two on Thursday night. This is probably your best game on Thursday night. Big Ten matchup in conference already. Penn State coming in to face Purdue. Penn State was 7-6 last year. I forgot to write down what Purdue was. Purdue was pretty damn good last year. Purdue is the dog at home. Home dog here. 52.5 is the spread, or is the total here. Returning for Purdue will be quarterback Aiden O'Connell. Just lit it up last year. 3,700 yards, 28 TDs. What are you guys looking at this one?
I think wrong team favorite, man. I don't trust that quarterback for Penn State. The coach for Purdue, his name is a mystery right now, but he's really coached his team up. And I even like Purdue on the money line. I think you can get that at plus 130. You know what I'm saying? But I will gladly grab them points from at 3.5. I just feel like Penn State has just kind of been slumping the last few years. Purdue on the rise, man. So if I can get a home team with the points, 3.5, yeah, I'm riding with Purdue.
All right. Terry's here, BP's here, Chris is here. Glad to see everyone here again. Glad to be back. Glad to have Justin back and Bo. Got everything going again. We're going to do this again Friday night, same time. We're going to do all weekend games. Purdue lost outstanding wide receiver David Bell. Penn State's returning 11 guys from last year, 7 on offense, 4 on defense. What are you looking at, Justin, this game? You got a thought on this game, Penn State, Purdue?
I mean, Bo already said exactly what I was going to say. I like Purdue on the money line, honestly. I'm going to take the points all day, and I'm going to sprinkle a little on the money line. Last year, Purdue was just – it was one way or the other. They beat at home Michigan State, who was number 3. They beat Iowa at home, and they were ranked number 2. So when you play at Purdue, something is just not right. I mean, like, I don't know if they've got things going on, but they play 10 times better at home than they would on the road. If this was at Penn State, I would take Penn State. I like Purdue. They're really good at home. Sam Clifford is just inconsistent. He has shown he is good at home, but he's bad, not as good on the road. So I'm hoping that's true when he comes down to Auburn in a few weeks. But I like Purdue on the money line, but I'm definitely taking 3.5 points. I like Purdue. I like everything about it. I was very surprised to see the line move up to 3.5 this morning.
Yeah. You know, Penn State's college football, obviously the bigger name, the bigger brand. My official play for you guys on this one's going to be that Purdue too, but I'm going to just do first half money line Purdue first half. I think Purdue will just come out on fire and grab that scoreboard real quick. I think it will finish tight towards the end, but I do like Purdue first half plus 115 there. Total 52.5. If I had to make a call, I might even go over on this one. I think some points are going to be scored in this one. You got a lot of experience coming back on both sides of the ball. You got a thought on the total, Bo, or not?
Yeah, I look for Purdue, man, kind of dictate the pace of this game. They got a really quick offense, so we know that always normally leads to points. And I think that defense going to give up some too. So I would definitely lean toward the over. I think that's kind of too low, man, especially with how potent Purdue offense can be. And I can, like Justin said, man, especially at home, some about this team at home, they just really click. And I think their defense is probably one of the weakest part of the team. So I think Penn State will be able to put up some points as well. So I see both teams getting up in the middle 20s.
What about you, Justin? You got a thought on the total? I think Purdue can put up 30 myself.
31-27 Purdue. So
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Chris has got. I'm just putting a lot of these comments in on the screen here. I read them for Bo. Bo can't see, as everyone knows. Chris has got Purdue up by at least 28. I see Purdue put up at least 28. Without my glasses, I can't see either, guys. So I do the best I can here. All right, so there. Justin wanted to talk about Ball State and Tennessee. I don't have no skin in this, and I don't know if Bo does, but Justin is the huge SEC guy, so anytime he's got SEC plays, we want to hear him. Let's do it, Justin.
Well, the spread is flirted between 35 and 35.5. Flip a coin on that. I don't know. I would think, that could go either way. I like the under in this game. The total it's been between 66.5 and 67. I like the under for two reasons. Tennessee's defense has improved a little bit over the past couple of years, but I mean, you would have to have a 50-17 game to cover that over, and I just don't see Tennessee trying to run up the scoreboard that much. I could see a 41-17 game, which is 58 points. I really like it. I mean, if Tennessee comes out and scores 50 points and tries to prove something, against Ball State, well, then so be it. But I like the under. That's my big play for the Thursday night games.
What about you, Bo? You thought about that game at all?
Yeah, I looked at it. You know what I'm saying, but I didn't have no thought on it. Tennessee should just pretty much blow the team out. But I don't want to lay. I would never lay 30, 35 points. So if I was to take it, man, if I think that the way I look at games and spreads and unders, if I think that the favorite is going to cover the spread, I always look toward the under. You know what I'm saying? So to cover a big spread like that, you have to keep the other team from scoring. And it's opposite on the over. If I think it's going to be an over, I'll take the underdog most times. It's not every time, but mostly what I do. So I think Tennessee going to pretty much blow their team out. I don't think that Ball State has even scored 20 points. So, yeah, I would definitely look at that under with Justin.
All right. Terry's got 35.5. Hey, Terry, is that your pick or is that the line? I'm not sure what you're doing.
I think that's his pick.
Ball State 35.5, it might be his pick. And Chris just put up Tennessee might score 30 in the first half. That may be something to look at, too. You may have to lay 21. And Tennessee could come out fast and put up something like that. And just always keep in mind, and remember, everyone, this is week 1. A lot of new personnel changes. A lot of guys either graduated, transferred, moved on to the NFL. It usually takes 2 or 3 weeks in both college and NFL to really get a feel of what we're really working on, some numbers, some data, new coordinators, new coaches, just everything. So don't, blow your load and your wad on the first week or two, and then wait until October, and then you're halfway broke, because money's to be made in October when we have more information and more data. This is all just early, and like Bo said at the beginning, taking the points a lot of time is the way to go, especially with a lot of these unknowns. So just always keep that in mind. Next game is not probably the most popular, but the second most popular I could probably find on Friday night. Going Temple and Duke. Both teams just horrible last year, 3-9 each. Duke's laying 7, total set at 51. Temple's coming in with a new coach, also new quarterback, another guy from Georgia, DeJuan Mathis. 2 new running backs. They were both transfers. Duke's coming in with a new coach as well, so both squads got new coaches. Mike Elko's coming in. Quarterback Riley Leonard is coming in. He was a backup last year, only got a little bit of action, 381 yards, 1 TD. Same with the running backs for Duke. Jordan Waters was the backup, 197 yards rushing last year. Duke is 0-6 against the spread in their last 6, and Temple is 5-16 against the spread in their last 21. Those are all the notes I really have for this game. Duke's laying 7 at home, totals 51. I'll just tell you right here, I think this is just going to go over. Just two ugly teams here, and really ugly on defense, and it seems like 51 would be a good number for me. But what are you guys thinking? What about that 7? Taking it or laying it, or
Well,
you got an idea what I would do with it? But what are you guys doing?
I'm not sure if I'm going to bet this game. If I were to bet it, I would take Duke, and here's why: the transfer Dwan Mathis from Georgia, correct?
Yeah.
He started against Arkansas in 2020 in the COVID year, and Arkansas was not good in 2020. And I mean, he couldn't score. They pulled him, I think, after halftime, and that's when they introduced the mailman and Stetson Bennett. He never saw the field again. He could not pick apart Arkansas's defense at all, and Arkansas did not have a good defense, 2 years ago. So that being at home, not trusting their quarterback, Dwan Mathis, and having a new coach, I'm going to take Duke.
You lay the 7. All right. What about you, Bo? You taking or?
Yeah, man. There's no way that I can take Temple. Temple was just horrible last year, man. I remember a game specific when they played Cincinnati. I mean, they couldn't do nothing, but Cincinnati was a great team last year. They're gonna be great this year. But yeah, at home, man, like I say, until I can see anything from Temple, I would definitely just lay the points with Duke. One thing that Duke was doing last year, they was putting up a lot of points. I took a lot of overs in that game, so I like the over too, Johnny. I like the over as well. This might be one of those games where you can kind of tease up. You know what I'm saying? I do think Duke will win the game at home, so I can put this in like a 6-point tease or something like that. Take Duke and tee that over and take it over. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do in this game. But if I had to take a side, I would take Duke, later points, and I would take the over if I look at the total.
Yeah, there you go. Tease it to 45. Over 45 seems reasonable here. So, yeah. I tell you what, I'm not betting this game.
I'm not even.
I'll bet the over. I will bet the over. I'll put a unit on the over. I'm not scared of that. But as far as the side, if you gave me a free bet, I'd probably take the points, to be honest with you. A touchdown in the early part of the season. If you gave me a free bet, and I had to use it on this game, I guess I would take Temple on the 7. So let's move on to the next game. This is the last one we're going to do, and then we'll be back Friday with a whole plate full of games. We'll just bring all our own games on Saturday, but I just picked out the 4 biggest for the next 2 days. At least that's what I saw. I think this matchup's pretty intriguing here too. We got another Big Ten matchup right out of the gate. Illinois is 1-0 on the season. Indiana just terrible last year, 2-10 last year. Indiana's a favorite at home, total set at 45. We all saw what Illinois did last week to Wyoming, just destroyed them 38-6. Just put up 468 yards, 260 of them on the ground, 208 passing. Defense held Wyoming to only 212 yards and just the 2 field goals. Indiana, a lot of question marks there. Just a lot of transfers. No starting quarterback announced yet. New defensive coordinator. What are you guys thinking? I know what I'm thinking, but what are you guys thinking, Bo? What do you got?
Man, give me Illinois, man. You know what I'm saying? They already got a game under their belt. That running game was just, it was just awesome last week. I actually took the under in that game, and I was surprised that Illinois put up 38 points. They look good. Haven't seen Indiana yet. Last year, they was not a good team. Until I see something from Indiana, I'm going to take the team I already had a good look at. I'm going to take Illinois being plus them 3. I'm also going to sprinkle some on that money line.
Yeah, I had the over on that game, and it just luckily happened. I didn't think it was going to happen, to be honest with you, and I did get lucky at the end. We got Justin here in this game, Illinois, Indiana.
Well, I'm going to take Illinois as well. Indiana last year was probably the biggest surprise to me. Coming off 2020, they they had a good year. They lost to Ohio State by only 7 points on the road to Ohio State, and then they turn around and do whatever they did, 3-9 last year. So I've seen a little something from Illinois, and I'm going to take what I see versus what I think, and I'm going to go Illinois.
All right, Terry has got us Indiana -2.5. Always take the favorite at home when the spread is 1 to -2.5. Yeah, I don't know about always either. I'm with you guys. I'm not on that. Always take the favorite at home. I like Illinois to win this game too. Illinois looked damn good, to be honest with you. I know it was Wyoming, and Wyoming's got a pretty decent defense, but Illinois looked damn good last week.
Yeah,
Who's that?
I'm totally opposite than what Terry thinks. If I think
on that subject, not on everything, I hope.
Yeah, how I do things, like when I cap a game and I think the underdog have a chance of winning, I'll always just take the money line, especially when it's like 2.5, 3.
Oh yeah.
Well, they say home field advantage is 2.5 to 3 points usually. I think it's different when you go to LSU or teams like that. But on a game like this, so if it was on a neutral field, you say the spread's even. So I mean, would you take Illinois? Would you take Indiana on a neutral field? I think most people would say Illinois, and that's what I'm going to go with.
Yeah. I'm like a percentage guy. Like,
yep,
you can win 50% of your games with getting plus 125, plus 140, and you're gonna have a nice little profit at the end of the season.
Yep,
that's why I'll take the underdog with the plus money, instead of just getting that 2.5, you know what I'm saying? Because if you think they're going to win, it's definitely a play just on the money line. I do that in NFL too, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, I also got wrote down here on my notes, this may be a good game to live bet. That total's pretty low in college football here, 45. But it could stay that low, or we can see how the pace of play is going to come out and what Illinois is going to – like I said, Illinois' defense looked good, but Wyoming's offense really isn't that strong. Just not sure. Like I said, Indiana don't even have a starting quarterback announced yet, so we're not sure what we're really working with there. So that also makes me wonder if we should live bet this. But, yeah, definitely I like Illinois, either first half or full game.
I'm going to throw in a little bit. Was that the last game you had?
That's the last game I wrote down, but anything else you got is more than welcome.
What do you think about Virginia Tech at Old Dominion?
I saw that and I thought about it, and I don't have nothing because I didn't research it yet. I haven't capped it. We still got till Friday.
Usually when they play, except for one time when Old Dominion beat Virginia Tech, the under is hit every time. Now the over/under is set at 48, but I could see that being a 20-17 ball game, 20 or 27-17, and the under hitting.
Mm-hmm. I haven't looked at it yet myself.
And the spread's what, 7? 7 is laying.
Whoever thought Virginia Tech, a powerhouse like that, would be a touchdown favorite over Old Dominion?
Well, that's what makes me. And I think Virginia Tech may have a better year this year, honestly.
It's the ACC. I mean, if they didn't have Clemson, it would.
And they're all coming to the Big Ten, though. That's the thing. All the Packs. Why didn't they go to the ACC?
Yeah.
They're all coming over to the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
Another game worth mentioning and talking about was Michigan State's laying like 22 against Western Michigan in-state rivalry. Western Michigan always seems to have a good team.
I would choose Western Michigan over Michigan State in that game.
Points.
I could not – I don't know if I'll bet that game, but I'm never taking Michigan State -22.
Now, I made a lot of money on Michigan State last year. They pulled off some upsets. They covered a lot of spreads. What's the name of the coach? Thinking of me, I just can't.
Is it Izzo? No, that's
basketball.
I can't think.
I can't remember his name.
I'm not good with a lot of names. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to a lot of these coaches and these teams, and I said just basically go by the stats.
Is it Mel Tucker?
Mel Tucker.
Okay.
Yes. Mel Tucker. He had them guys playing last year. I'll tell you that.
What was that quarterback? What was that quarterback they got? His name? He's pretty good. I think his name is Kenny.
I can't remember. I know their running back was really good.
Kenny Walker.
Yeah, the running back was really good.
Yeah. I'm just not laying on 20-some points in the first week.
Nope.
Now if it was Alabama, give me Alabama all day. You know what I'm saying? But
Alabama's only favored by 42 this Saturday, so
yeah, that might be a play right there.
So that's something we'll have to look at. We'll be back Friday, probably before that game. We'll be talking mostly about Saturday, and
we'll have a good lineup on Friday.
Yeah, big games on Saturday. Some of them that I wrote down. Number 11, Oregon against number 3, Georgia. Spread's about 17.5 at least. The last I saw, total's 53.5. Cincinnati, Arkansas. Cincinnati's ranked 23. Arkansas is 19. The spread's coming down on Arkansas. It was 7. Now it's down to 6. Total set at 52. And the big one, Notre Dame and Ohio State Buckeyes. Buckeyes are at least 17.5, if not 18. Total set all the way up at 59 points. So those games we will research and many more. There's more good games on Saturday. The Sunday game we'll talk about on Friday.
Yes, sir. I got one more game I want to get about for tomorrow before we get up out of here.
What's there?
I like Central Michigan over Oklahoma State. They're getting like 21.5 points. I think the over under set at 59. Now Oklahoma State. Now I'm from Texas. I know the Big 12 well. Last year, man, this team did not look good. You know what I'm saying? They have good defense, but their offense is not ready to go. Last year, the first game they played was against Missouri State, and they got upset in that game. I think Central Michigan, they still have a great team from last year, by most of their players back. I think getting 21.5 points is too many points for Oklahoma State to be laying. So I'm going to take them points, man, with Central Michigan. It's actually one of my top plays for tomorrow. I just want to get it out.
Central Michigan beat them, 5-6 years ago on the Hail Mary at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of controversial, intentional grounding call. But, I mean, hey, I like the pick.
I like the pick, too. I looked at the game, too. I'm with you there. I'm waiting for it to at least move up to 22, but I like it as well.
Mm-hmm. I just want to shoot that one out there before we jump up out of here, man.
There you go. So plenty to choose, plenty to work with. A lot of good plays, I think, right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to get up on out of here. I'm going to go watch Serena Williams play her final match of her career. I don't think she's got what it takes to move on. She's playing like the number 2 lady in the world. And, I wish Serena the best. I think she's great, but I just don't think tonight's her night. We'll see.
There's no pity on the other side of that. I don't know much about tennis, but I know when it's someone's last game, you kind of, if I play.
Anytime she loses is her last. She won her last match. She looked good the other night, but tonight I don't see it happening. She's playing, like I said, the number 2 girl in the world, and
I don't see it.
Serena's 40 years old, and she can't run around with this girl. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So I am going to enjoy every second of it, though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, I look forward to seeing y'all Friday.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate y'all for checking in. Finally got the audio back right, man. So more lives coming soon, man. Be back on Friday. And just I want to say thank y'all, man, for joining, man.
Let's make some money.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it. All right, we'll see y'all on Friday, 6 p.m. East, 5 Central. Thanks, guys.
All right, peace.
See you guys.